With 2 wins from 2 in Group F and 9 goals scored, the two-time champions Urawa Red Diamonds are shining bright in this season's AFC Champions League. Today in Buriram, Daegu FC are the opposition, a team who hit 7 past Shandong in their first match, only to then be rudely awakened by the sensational tournament debutants from Singapore, Lion City Sailors 3 days ago. It's a huge match for the 2021 K-League's third-place finishers. This the first of 2 matches between these two in the space of 72 hours. As the Eastern Zone groups hit the midway point. At present, it's the Reds who are in control of top spot, helped by Lion City's inability to follow up their win over Daegu by breaking down Shandong earlier. That one across town in Buriram finished goalless. 28 degrees C here at the Buriram Stadium, still very, very hot and humid. 40 teams starting out on the road to glory in the AFC Champions League this year, reduced to 39 because of Shanghai Port's withdrawal. It's the 20th season of this competition since the rebrand in 2002-03, and as I'm sure you know by now, is being staged in these 2 zones, the Western Zone in Saudi Arabia and the Eastern Zone. The country hosting events here is Thailand, here in Buriram, the venue for 2 groups, including Group F. The land of the smiles has certainly been a happy place so far for Urawa Reds and their coach Rodriguez, the 2-time winners of this competition in the final as recently as 2019 too, only to lose to Al Hilal. And indeed, Roberto Rodriguez's outfits have given themselves the best possible chance of claiming the 1 automatic qualifying spot from this group. Only the top side in all 10 first round groups will go through directly to the last 16 to be joined by the 3 best runners-up from each of the Western and Eastern zones. It's a tough route. Defeat here for Daegu, and that surely leaves 2nd place as the best they can hope for. Coming across town today, Daegu, from the Buriram City Stadium to the more compact but larger Buriram Stadium. Their coach there, Alex Gamma. This venue has seen 9 goals for Urawa and none conceded. The 4-1 win over Lion City 6 days ago was followed by a 5-0 against the youngsters from Shandong Taishan. Those 9 goals scored by 8 different players, 22 players used so far. The Reds have explored the depth of their squad and taken this group by storm as they bid to win the AFC Champions League for a 3rd time after victories in 2007 and 2017, contributing 2 of Japan's 7 Champions League wins. Only Korea Republic indeed have produced more winners of this competition since it was first launched in the late 60s as the Asian Club Championship. With 12, we had a Korean side in the final last year, Pohang Steelers, who were beaten by Al Hilal. Daegu, though, need to settle themselves today if they are to get anywhere near that level. Perhaps guilty of a little complacency against Lion City, having destroyed Shandong in their opening match. That eye-catching 3-0 defeat against the Singaporeans has led to the coach Gamma making 7 changes for today. Will it have an effect? And by the way, Ricardo Rodriguez has done much the same. He's switched the entire team around. He fielded effectively a second team, but a pretty strong second team they have, clearly, in that victory over Shandong Taishan, who've become the whipping boys really in this section after the Chinese side suffered all sorts of complications with their preparation because of the re-emergence of the COVID pandemic. Shanghai Port withdrew, and Guangzhou and Shandong have fielded well, youth teams really, and have been rewarded, I suppose you might say, accordingly, with some heavy defeats in there. So our two teams out onto the pitch. There's a decent little pocket of Japanese expats here in Buriram, and they've been banging the drum quite literally in this venue in support of their team. Well, the experienced Kim Jin-hyuk there is the captain for Daegu. Sakai back into the starting lineup. The Japanese international will lead Urawa Reds on the field today. The Brazilians have kept their places in this team. As far as Daegu FC are concerned, Bruno Lamas and Zeka, they have to come out and try and go for it here. Only the group winners going through automatically to the last 16. The Reds rampant so far in AFC Champions League Group F. Only Kim Jin-hyuk and Hwang Wei-jeon, plus the Brazilian Zeka and Bruno Lamas, survive the Daegu Cull. Alex Gama makes 7 changes, including 3 defenders and a new goalkeeper in the veteran Oh Seung-hoon, in an attempt for an entirely different approach and indeed outcome to the Lion City mauling. Zeka up there with An Jong-woo will hope to supply some firepower. Today's officials are from Jordan. Ahmed Faisal Al-Athli, the referee, assisted by Ayman Faisal Hamzeh and Ahmed Mansour Musa. Having seen his team put 5 past Shandong with a second string, Rodriguez switches back to the 11 that started against Lion City. Danish defender Schultz and goalkeeper Suzuki are the only players to have started both matches so far. 8 changes in all in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Kasper Juncker returns to head the attack. Isaka and Matsuo in support, with Yoshio Koizumi there, who keeps his place after that Shandong match. Plenty of options off the bench here if things don't go to plan. Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks, hasn't it, in the AFC Champions League. This block of matches as we see teams negotiate the group stage, a match every 3 days in these biosecure bubble groups. It's a challenge which has brought out the best in Urawa Red Diamonds so far. Wonderful player, Sakai, the right-sided defender, looking to have a good year in preparation for Japan's World Cup campaign at the back end of 2022. He'll be the skipper for the Reds here. We're all set. And off we go then, here in Buriram, Thailand, with Urawa Reds against Daegu FC in Group F. One of 3 matches kicking off at the same time. The 3 matches completed earlier in the day means we're 61 matches down in 15 days since the group stage of the 2022 AFC Champions League kicked off on the 7th of April. 169 goals so far. That's an average of 2.7 a game. And we've seen some wallopings as well. Pathum United put 5 past United City earlier on the back of an 8-2, 7-0, a couple of 5-0s, and 8-0. Urawa Reds certainly start as the favourites here, but it'll be a major surprise if there's a big margin of victory. Daegu, no slouches, and always competitive. Korea Republic against Japan at the continental level. So Matsuo will be part of that attacking three behind the main striker Juncker. They have a couple of midfielders shielding the back four in Ito and Iwao. Alex Gama, the Brazilian, made it all the way to the semi-finals of this competition as coach of Abu Dhabi side Al Wada 15 years ago. No Spanish coach has ever won the AFC Champions League, but then again, no Spanish coach had ever won a trophy in Japan before Rodriguez secured the Emperor's Cup and Super Cup for the Reds in the space of 2 months at the turn of the year. And the 48-year-old from Oviedo wants the progression to continental honours. A free kick inside the opening 2 minutes here. And Daegu engaged defensive mode. So Yoshio Kazumi there, wearing 8, is standing over it. They've tried the intricate route. Iwao just slips the ball over the top. Ken Iwao, but a little wayward. Suke Matsuo scored against Lion City Sailors. But that result, when the Sailors upset Daegu at the start of the week, really adjusted the trajectory of this group. Reds and Daegu entering the section as favourites, and the teams battling it out for top spot. They might still wrestle back control, Daegu, if they can get a win here. Midway point of the group stages. And we see the back-to-back fixtures. Sakai looking to make good progress down the right-hand side. It was a searching ball up to him, couldn't quite keep it in. Hwang Wei-jong. Back in field it came to Bruno Lamas. 2 in the middle. Zeka near post. Jong Chi-hin had taken up the position at the rear. Cross was too high. That's a useful ball. Sakai comes in to challenge. It's past the first man. And Lee Jin might get the chance to clip the ball across. It was Jong Chi-hin who won the header. Just couldn't steer it across there, Jong Chi-hin, the 24-year-old, off the bench to score against Shandong. So completely changed around the defence here. Alex Gama. There he is, having another crack at a run deep into the AFC Champions League after that success with Al Wada. An interesting quirk, having been freshly installed as coach in time for this 2022 campaign at the helm of Daegu. He took on the team he just left in the qualifying round and managed to beat Buriram. And then here we are in Buriram, the venue for 2 of the groups in the Eastern Zone. A finish of 3rd in the K-League last season wasn't enough for automatic qualification for Daegu. And likewise, the Reds were outside of the qualifying positions at the end of the 2021 J1 season. here by virtue of their Emperor's Cup win at the end of 2021. Ohata, Matsuo, Iwao. There's Sakai, nice little layoff there to Koizumi. Back for Hiroki Sakai, and he tried to deliberately just cut it. The move broke down. Daegu moving forward. And it was cute play, actually, by An Jung-woo. Waiting for Schultz to commit himself. Just catches the heels. He started both matches so far, Schultz. Slotted home a penalty in the win over the Shandong Taishan. Daegu free kick into the near post. Now the target was Jung Shi-hin, but the Reds deal with it. There's a problem early on for the Danish striker, Junka. He's having a couple of those fingers taped up. It's an awkward start to the man who joined midway through last season, Kasper Junker, and altered their fortunes as well. Had a very slow start in that 2021 J1 campaign, as they've experienced this time round as well. And with matches and room to make up as well. Now they've taken the best part of a month out of the season by coming down here to play in the Champions League. Ohata on the left-hand side of the back four for Urawa Reds. Iwanami, Schultz in the middle. 19 there is Kenny Wow. Here is Takuya Iwanami, 5th year with their club. The survivor of that the Champions League final. In 2019, when they were beaten by Al Hilal. Schultz. Well, you can see how Daegu have set up here. So they haven't got possession. They're very well drilled and just inviting the Reds onto them, saying, you've got to find the movement and the passing to break us down. At the other end, there'll be a persistent threat on the counter, but the end product needs to be of better quality. And Jung-woo made the run and shot. Nowhere near, I'm afraid. Well, you can have the game plan, but the end product of it needs to be executed a little better, doesn't it? It's a shame that he rushed at that shot. So, Ohata, Atsuki Ito there wearing 3, and then Iwao, 19, Schultz. So deep did Shandong play the other day that he was pretty much an auxiliary midfield player. Alex Schultz, coming forward from the back for Urawa Reds. Ahata just turns it back to Iwanami. See how far forward Sakai gets down the right-hand side. He applauds the idea behind it, but Schultz couldn't pick him out. Nothing to do yet for Seong-hoon. At 33, who's come in for Choi Yong-eun, who started the first 2 matches in this group. But that defeat to Lion City Sailors has led to some serious soul-searching from Gama and Daegu. Pass goes astray from Jong Tae-wook. 0-0, the score here in Buriram. Group F of the AFC Champions League. Ahata. Including their win against Shandong, the Reds have won their first 2 group stages in an AFC Champions League campaign for the 2nd time after 2017, when they ended up the competition winners. Never won 3 successive matches in the history of the competition. They're playing themselves into trouble in the early stages, and Bruno Lamas bends the effort just wide. Well, that was rare hesitancy from the Reds, and they stood off Bruno Lamas as he just tries to bend it. A difficult connection to make, off the heel almost in the end, isn't it, from Bruno Lamas. Second year in the K-League with Daegu, scored against Shandong Taishan. Player with European experience. He played in Portugal with Santa Clara, which was his destination after Le Choice. His first port of call in Europe after leaving Sao Caetano back in 2014. Creative Brazilian players is part of the template, really, for the Korean and Japanese teams. Yunka, there's a bit of expansion here. Hiroki Sakai. And Sakai, bit loose. Matsuo was the target. And an offside in the middle. Iwanami in possession for Urawa Reds. Schultz. Run quickly by Esaka. Goalkeeper decided not to come, and that meant that Jong Tae-wook had to cover. Wow. Always looking for Sakai out wide here, and Sakai, that's a useful cross, 2 unmarked, might drop for Matsuo. Back to Junker, Ahata, and Daegu have bodies back. It's Ayumu Ahata, does well to feed it back there to Isaka. He Can't pick out a fellow red shirt in the middle. Koizumi for Schultz. Iwanami. Such an outlet for them though, Sakai. And those forward-thinking instincts from the right-sided defender there. Too many bodies there, spoiling the party for Urawa Reds. And then Schultz with the intervention. Bruno Lamas, that's an excellent ball forward. Oh, well, on the counter, they're a real threat. Super pass, and Jung Chi-hin drives the ball across the face. Suzuki at full stretch there. This is a terrific early pass by Bruno Lamas. And Iwanami was chasing there. There's fingernails on it from the goalkeeper. Well, a right to feel aggrieved there that a corner wasn't given. He's their Champions League keeper, Zion Suzuki, this season. And there was definite contact on the end of that, wasn't there? Advantage is played, comes back to Bruno Lamas. Holds off Kenny Wow. And again. Zeka goes near post. Cross as flashes into Suzuki's side netting. And from one Suzuki to another, that was Keita Suzuki, Japanese left-sided defender for Daegu. High press here. There's Schultz. They try and play their way out of bother and manage to do so. Oh, in exemplary fashion there. But I'm not sure the coach will want to see too much of that kind of caper today. And then a little nick there on Ito. And a yellow card for Lee Jin-won. There's a cute foul. So first player to be booked then is the 20-year-old. First appearance in the competition proper here. He featured in the playoff win over Buriram. Not ideal for one of the defensive quartet for Daegu. Booking inside the opening 20 minutes. Is Ito and Iwanami. Schultz. Sakai. Ito, always ready, willing and able. Again, good defensive organisation from Daegu. It comes back to one of those deep-lying midfield players, or even one of the back four to look up, try and pick out a runner, expect movement ahead of him. There's possession here for Urawa Reds, but not much playing through. Finally the runner, Sakai. Kept in really well. Kazumi. Again, they have to come all the way back as Daegu get once again to their defensive stations. Nice little ball around the corner for Sakai into Yonka. And that's Jojing Woo getting there first. Well, that's how they need to raise their level here. Urawa Reds if they want to break down Daegu today, clearly. A step in the right direction there with Sakai just producing that delightful little ball round the corner, which led to the cross into the airspace of Kasper Juncker. Referee watching the pack on the edge of the area closely. Kaniwao's going to take the corner, out swinger, and Sakai, I really fancied it, but they got the timing of his run and his connection all wrong there, unfortunately for him, Hiroki Sakai. He gets up too early, doesn't he, and can't quite get the hang time. Well, he's had a wonderful career. He's been a player that has followed that tried and trusted path, have a little bit of success at home, then go to Europe and try and do something in one of the leagues there, or maybe a European competition. In his Marseille days, he was a runner-up in the Europa League in 2018, Hiroki Sakai. Off. Another little ball over the top and put out behind. Suddenly, Urawa Reds are starting to press a little here. It's arrowed in towards Juncker, who can't bring the ball under his spell. Another good intervention by Jo Jing-wo. Juncker applauds the idea behind that. Midway point in the first half. Daegu FC 0, Urawa Reds 0. Urawa just beginning to get on top here though. Well, that's wasted. Bent out of play. The moment the ball had left Kaniwao's boot there. And the arm was high there from Zeka on Ayumu Ahata. A needless free kick to concede, really. So high up the pitch from Daegu's point of view. No immediate damage. Ayumu Ahata picks it up again. That might trickle out for Yusuke Matsuo. No. Ball had drifted out of play. So Ahata switched in there to Ito again. Too many bodies just crowding Urawa Reds out. And very good ball on the outlet here as they look to break again on the counter. Recovery was superb from Schultz. Just nudging it back to Suzuki. Made up super ground there. It's another sounding of the danger signals though for Urawa Reds. Zhong Shi-hin tried to wait for support. Wang Hei-john, who clips the ball into the far side. They almost made a mess of that. It's shoveled clear. Again, a useful ball in. It was the presence of Zeka, which threatened to upset Kaniwao there. Well, Kasper Juncker has been given the responsibility today, leading the line by the coach, but perhaps something of a surprise that Alex Schalk, the Dutchman, doesn't feature, not even on the bench today. Schalk, scorer of 2 brilliant goals against Shandong, including an absolutely magnificent free kick. Ito for Iwao. They move it square. Again, effective if you're a Daegu FC follower. It must be so heartening in the way the coach has set this Daegu team up there, to see the Reds just struggling again to do anything incisive with the ball. I had a couple of sorties 5 or so minutes ago, but generally speaking, Daegu have been resolute here. Again, nothing can be fashioned. Sakai, as well as his 5 seasons in Liga with Marseille, there were 4 years before that in the Bundesliga with Hannover. Naturally, he is one of the leaders of the team at 32 now, established international as well. 69 caps for Japan for Hiroki Sakai. Looking forward to another World Cup campaign. As of course Korea Republic, but national teams of Japan and Korea not necessarily overly represented by these 2 clubs. Daegu latecomers really to the continental party. Plenty of more established teams from Korea Republic in the AFC Champions League. Daegu only founded as recently as 2002. That was quite a year for football in Korea and Japan, with those 2 nations jointly hosting the World Cup. What became Daegu's home stadium hosted matches in that World Cup. And notably, the home ground of Daegu FC, or at least it was until the end of 2021, the venue for the World Cup finals' quickest ever goal, scored by Hakan Sukar in the 3rd, 4th place playoff. Just a little loose in possession, and touch wasn't quite heavy enough, lacked a bit of conviction from Bruno Lamas, looking to nudge it square. And has shown 1 or 2 flashes in the opening half an hour here to suggest that Daegu were well capable of testing this Reds back line. Indeed, one opportunity when they got him behind. The effort from Ahn was tipped wide by Suzuki, not spotted by the officials though. A foot in there by Iwao. Again, turnover in possession, and this is where they hope to just go through the gears, put a little bit of pressure on Daegu. A step over from An Jong-woo, and yeah, he's going to win the corner here off Schultz. Past the half-hour marker in Buriram, Group F of the AFC Champions League. Third match of 6 for Daegu and Urawa Reds. No score yet. Here comes the corner. Nobody gambling or going in to try and meet that ahead of the goalkeeper, Suzuki. Isaka gives it back to Ohata. Iwanami. Sakai. Iwanami. Oh, nice idea. Isaka drops short. He just tried to roll it off the side of his boot into Juncker. And that's what they're being committed to. They're trying to attempt here. All sorts of little tricks and moves and invention to break down these two defensive lines of Daegu FC. Hwang Wei-John. That seemed to be a little clumsy from Ito. Just wait for the runners. Bruno Lamas prepares to play this in. Decent delivery, that's so difficult to defend effectively, running back towards your own goal. Need to put the ball out for a corner, just somehow try and deflect it, stop it, scurry it away. Good defending in the circumstances. Ohata. So quick, Daegu FC, to close down the man in possession. As if they concede, you just wonder if they're going to have the guile to properly get back into it. We shall see. It's so far so good for Alex Gamma and Daegu FC. Another match to come between these two, remember, as soon as Sunday. Ohata. Back it comes. Takeo Iwanami. Alex Schultz. Pinging that pass. Isaka back to Ito. Nice stuff, but it's not getting them anywhere. And Lee Jin-won picks it up. The blue shirts move forward, giving Lee Jin-won a couple of options. Schultz with a sliding challenge. Well played, getting there ahead of Zeka. No, you don't, basically, says the Dane to the Brazilian. Get about any ideas of trying to threaten us on the counter-attack. Ito for Iwao. The ball inside the full-back, that was the intention anyway. Matsuo wasn't on the same wavelength. Yusuke Matsuo. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half in Buriram. Goalless draws have been a rarity in the AFC Champions League thus far. To be fair, we did have one earlier across town. Oh, well, the referee was on that immediately, and there's going to be a card here for Keita Suzuki. It was a clear, professional piece of defending, shall we say, on Yoshio Kazumi. Second player to be booked. Wearing blue here. And he made the slip and then just lifts the arm there on Yoshio Kazumi. Not a good challenge at all. So that's Lee Jin-won and now Keita Suzuki in the referee's book here in the first half. High line. Oh, it's very risky play. Matsuo has broken the line. Turfs it back to Schultz, who misses his kick. And then that's very late by Iwanami. Well, the Daegu players are not happy about that. Iwanami sliding in after Schultz missed his connection from the cutback. But lining up there, defensive. Wall. Positions so high up the pitch there, it's a risky business because you just need something well timed, and that's what Matsuo produced. And it's late by Iwanami. Well, we know that it's hot and humid here in Thailand. A quick opportunity there for Kasper Juncker, certainly, to take some water on board. A pretty gruelling challenge, the way this group stage is set up. All matches played over this 3-week period. About 20 minutes before 10 PM local time here in Buriram in the east of Thailand. Juncker tries to race onto that. Out comes Oh Seung-hoon. Drifts through at the opposite end of the park. Still no breakthrough here in Buriram. Daegu 0, Urawa Reds 0. Their last 4 losses in the AFC Champions League, Daegu have conceded 3 or more goals. That included that Lion City Sailors defeat. This is much more stoic from them. Goalkeeper is committed and has to make it. And does at the second attempt there, Suzuki. Strong arm stuff from Jong Hee-Hin. Stopping a Harter. Making any kind of tracks down the left-hand side. Ito. So the overwhelming possession, but what does that matter when there are no goals to show for it? Closing stages of the first half now. Foul is on Kim Jin-hyuk there, the Daegu FC captain. Well, Urawa Reds Overseas Supporters Club, Thailand branch, still doing their bit. Slung forward by Oh Seong-woo. Schultz beneath it. Second ball ends up with Hwang Wei-jeon there. Suzuki tries to clip it over the top. That challenge is agricultural there from Iwanami. But here comes Hwang Wei-jeon. Another cruncher comes in. Free kick for Daegu FC, and he can have few complaints there, Kenny Wow. First Reds player in the book. Yeah, it's the first Urawa Reds booking in the AFC Champions League this season. This determines that Hwang Wei-jeon wouldn't get the better of him. Kenny Wow, who followed the coach Rodriguez to Urawa Reds from Tokushima Vortis, who were promoted in stunning style from J2. Part of this new team that the Spanish coach Ricardo Rodriguez is building here. But late on in the first half, defending is the requirement for Urawa Reds. Off, swept into the near post. That was a cheeky one. Bruno Lamas looking to fool everyone by going direct for the near post. They've not managed to get it clear. And Jong-woo. Pass could be a little heavy. The cutback finds its way into the penalty area. Sakai gets back just to clip it forward. That's Isaka with the up and over. Juncker tries to get involved. Foot in from Lee Jin-woo. Sakai played every minute of Japan's campaign in Russia 2018. It's all the way through to that second round. Heartbreaking loss. And they were 2 up against the Belgians, only to lose it at the death. Just 1 extra minute at the end of the first half in Buriram. Jung Dae-wook. Matsuo back covering. And the header from Ito. Juncker just calms it by giving it to Ahata. Challenges flying in thick and fast now. It's probably not a bad thing in terms of the game as a spectacle here, that we're heading into the interval, because tempers have been flaring steadily over the last 10 minutes or so of this first half. That's another needless one really on Atsuki Ito. So this will surely be the last foray by either team. Indeed, that is that for the first half, having been blasting in the goals from all angles and having it all their own way thus far in AFC Champions League Group F. Urawa Red Diamonds are running into some pretty stoic resistance here from Daegu FC. It's goalless at the break here in Buriram. Daegu need to get a result here in the first of the two matches in the middle of this group between these two teams. They're a threat on the counter, but thus far no breakthrough at either end. Daegu FC 0, Urawa Red Diamonds 0 at half-time. Second half on the way then here in Buriram, AFC Champions League Group F. No goals in that first 45 between the Reds from Japan and the city of Saitama. Urawa Reds, 3 appearances in AFC Champions League finals down the years. Would love another, and they're in the box seat really in terms of the group, but unable to break down Daegu FC, third place finishers in the K-League last season. Precious little to do really for Oh Seong-hoon. What will the second half bring here? 10 p.m. local time in eastern Thailand, in Buriram, the venue for 2 groups in the eastern zone in this 2022 AFC Champions League season. The 20th year since the competition was rebranded in 2002-03. Japan and Korea Republic, 2 tremendously successful nations in terms of this continental competition. We have a Japan versus Korea matchup for the 3rd time in this season's group stage. Jeonbuk Motors, the current champions of Korea, they beat Yokohama F Marinos on Tuesday, play against Hwang Lai tomorrow. Could be in behind right at the start of the second half. Suzuki has to claw away the shot. Well, they were a consistent threat on the counter in the first half, and within the opening seconds of the second, Jong Chi-hin times his run to perfection over the head there of Schultz, who can't get there. Oh, it's an extension of the leg really, which tries to wrap around the shot. Suzuki very alert at the start of this second half and then gathers the corner. Well, that would have been something. They've had it all their own way in this group so far, the Urawa Reds. But Daegu really have to go about winning this match if they want to be serious about winning the group and being sure of going through. 2 runners-ups in these 5 first-round groups are going to be left disappointed at the end of the first round, the group stage of this competition, because it's only the 3 best runners-up from each of the 5 first-round groups in the western and eastern zone that go through, along with group winners. Getting the ball forward quick and early when there's a turnover in possession is what they're going to keep trying to do here. Jong Chi-hin tangling with Ayumu Ahata. Oh, just couldn't bring the ball under his spell. Kazumi Yosho. So Guy Hiroki and just scoops it up and over Oh Seung-hoon. Well, he committed there and he gets away with one really. That could have dropped anywhere. Wonderful chance, and fair play for getting the effort on target in the first place from Jong Chi-hin. Great technique for the wraparound. Super ball over the top by Suzuki. Wow, Ken, good pullback. Yonka side foots it wide. Oh, they were all static there, the Daegu defenders. Well, a training ground routine which they almost pulled off in the heat of battle. Well, the coach says fair play, keep going. It was a deliberate pullback for Juncker, who read the intention and then has just placed the effort wide. Two very good chances at either end at the start of the second half here in Buriram. Now Zeka gets away, forces the corner, end-to-end stuff. Great entertainment here. And that's been the story of the AFC Champions League group stages so far. Same for everyone. Game every 3 days. Tiredness could be a factor. The depths of these squads are being explored. Out comes Suzuki, misses it completely. And Juncker, Aito will try and get the ball clear. And Juncker is going to run at the heart of them, has to be careful with the ball here. And he was anything but careful. He runs into the traffic. Had options, but lost possession. But there's a quick turnover. So is Saka. Sakayaroki has the door slammed on his face. And oh, well, there's contact there. He just catches the arm there of An Jung-woo. Referee wasn't happy. Bruno Lamas gives Swangwei John plenty to do there, too much to do in the end. But in terms of the latest instalment of Japan versus Korea, the Korean team has lost against the Japanese side in the AFC Champions League thus far this season. So Jeonbuk with that victory over the F Marinos on Tuesday. Ulsan Hyundai very close to beating Kawasaki Frontale in Group I on match day 1 of the group stage. Frontale, who have absolutely blitzed J1 over the course of the last few seasons, the last 2 championships, won in stunning style. They've won 4 of the last 5 in Japan, Frontale, but needed a Shintaro Kuromaya goal deep into stoppages to prevent defeat against Ulsan Hyundai. Japan and Korea Republic both with 4 teams in the group stages this season, as well as the 4 sides from Qatar: Al Sadd, Al Dail, Al Rayyan and Al Harafa. The team they're all trying to catch, though, are the current champions from Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal. Suzuki, good cross, and in. Pinpoint ball across, picks out Zeka. The header is exemplary, and Daegu FC lead Urawa Reds. Well played, Daegu. Waiting for the moment to strike. Too much room for Keta Suzuki down this left-hand side to look up, weigh up his options, and then deliver an inch-perfect ball in. Very good header, but again, the Reds will look at one another at the back there and say, what on earth were we doing? Poor defending, fine finishing, Daegu lead. Fourth goal in this AFC Champions League campaign for the Brazilian. Hat-trick against Shandong Taishan. Now another here, the breakthrough goal against Daegu FC. This could completely turn the group around. First test as well for the Reds now. What are Ricardo Rodriguez's team made of? Fascinating. A second half is laid out before us here. It is a fourth goal in the Champions League for Jose Joaquim de Carvalho. Zeka to you and me. He's playing Brazilian Cup. At the start of March, Zeka, it was a good bit of business to bring him in for this continental campaign by his compatriot Alex Gama. Just a lesson in finishing there as well. One to show the kids, if you will, because you don't have to absolutely blitz it. Just concentrate on doing the basics right, heading it down, and then just making the keeper work. Well, Suzuki had already tipped away one effort from Zhongxi in at the start of this second half, but could do nothing about the finish. Entitled to wonder about the marking, closeness of the marking. Sakai. There's a little twist from Koizumi. Well, they had a runner, but things not quite coming off here for Urawa Reds. I feel sure we'll see changes galore in this second half from the coach, because he is the tinker man. Look at that defending. Zeka just waiting, demanding it, and then nodding it home. Set fair to continue this great Korea Republic sequence against Japanese teams in this 2022 continental campaign. It really is a great competition. Started at the end of the 1960s as the Asian Club Championship. Gone through a couple of rebrands. I suppose modern history of this tournament can be traced back to 2002-03 when the Asian Club Championship, Asian Cup Winners' Cup and Asian Super Cup combined to become this massive competition in line with the big continental events in the other geographical zones, the UEFA zone in Europe, Libertadores South America, and the huge CAF Champions League as well in Africa. First winners were Al Ain, Emirati team, who defeated Tero Sasana, Thai side 2-1 on aggregate. Matsuo does really well to retrieve there. It's Ito looking to just nick it into Ahata. Nothing doing. Group stage expanded from 32 to 40 teams last year, with both the West and East regions having 5 groups of 4. Two huge nations in terms of this geographical zones football. Japan and Korea having the 4 teams. Led the way in terms of the most successful nations, along with the Saudis, who are dominant from the Western zone. Overall performances by clubs see Al Hilal out at the top for wins, for other times in the final only to lose. And they are the defending champions, beat a Korean team in the final late last year, Pohang Steelers, who are the second most successful team with 3 victories and that runners-up. Good ball over the top of Juncker. There's potential pace on the counter, and the slip by Urawa. Well, they're going to be upset about that because, well, if you're a Daegu FC follower, you say that's a fair challenge, and then it's a tactical tumble there by Ken Urawa. But whatever, free kick given, and we're seeing a change. So that will be the last activity for An Jong-woo. Coming on is Jang Sun-won. More defending here. It's going to come all the way back to Suzuki. So we hit the hour mark in Buriram. Daegu have put in a fine display, a deliberate game plan here, and they are carrying it out to what Gamma, the coach, must feel is more or less perfection. But half an hour to go, anything can happen. All that possession again for Urawa Reds, but now the one key number you see top left is the 1-0. It's been a little bit more subdued in this second half, Bruno Lamas. Oddly enough, they've gone direct on a couple more occasions. Daegu FC, doesn't really matter, does it, about the individual dynamics, as long as you get that lead and are able to hold on to it. That's well played by Asaka, supremely well wrestled back by Hwang Wei-jeon. Working hard at the back again for Daegu FC. Zeka fouled there by Iwanami, our goal scorer. He's rattled them, Zeka. Now then, there's going to be a ton of changes, I feel sure here. Takehiro Sakine is coming on. Experience of that final defeat in 2019. Takehiro Sakine came into the team for the second match against Shandong. Kenta Suzuki, creator of Zeka's goal. Really good play again down the left-hand side by the Japanese player. So a corner here. Well, carries to the far side. Again, the header was won, but this time drops wide by Jung Dae-wook. Just holding off here, Rodriguez, in getting Sakine on and off. Well, look at that, heavy pressing again when they're not in possession, all the way down to Suzuki. And that was very nearly the worst moment of the young goalkeeper's career. But charging down, breathing down the necks of those Reds players in possession. Supremely disciplined and hard-working display from Daegu FC here. Can they keep it up? Lamas, huge, high, hanging corner. Oof, follow-up from Suzuki, who absolutely gives it everything. necessarily one for the scrapbook. Let's talk about the cross I put in for Zeka, says Keita. Still they hold off on Sakine, Urawa Reds. Big header one there by Hiroki Sakai. Suzuki gets in. Comes back to Oh Seong-hoon. Juncker chases down. Good loft though there by Jong. Jung Tae-wook gives it back to Oh Seong-hoon. And a lift over the top. They've got a runner. Be a throw in here for Daegu. Wang Wei-John with the throw. There's Zeka. He has to have someone to aim at. Well, there was only one square, Jung Chi-hin, who'd pulled off that last defender. And Zeka just rolls it in too close to Suzuki, but it's enough to, again, force the corner kick here for Daegu. Arthur Ayumu getting back to cover. Corner from Bruno Lamas into that box. Suzuki, not for the first time, completely misses the flick there. Trying to come out and gather the ball for Urawa Reds. Not able to do so. So, well, we're seeing the restoration of the team that destroyed Shandong here. Kai Shibato, midfield player coming on, Akimoto, who played up front for Juncker. He's on as well. And by the looks of things, it's Carlson as well. Yeah, Rodriguez is rolling the dice here. David Mobber, Carlson, I think we've seen trot on as well, who is a scorer of goals at both ends against Lion City Sailors. So, big changes. Can it get Urawa Reds back into the game? We will see as we approach the final 20 minutes. Suzuki has had an excellent game down the left-hand side here for Daegu. Zeka. Sakai had to just smuggle it clear. And then Bruno Lamas, wow, that would have been something. Wasn't a million miles away, always rising. But even so, panic stations again for Urawa Reds. A lovely bit of technique to tee himself up. Kind of slices it towards that top corner, doesn't he? Not a million miles away. Kim Jin-hyuk there. That was an important touch by Ito. They'll try and bring it on. First touch for Shibato. And then Akimoto as the substitutes get involved. Then Sakine. Akimoto just rolls it across. Yeah. In their haste, the player had strayed. Well, the dynamics in any football match are interesting. The second string came in and certainly did the job against the young players of Shandong in match 2. But this is an entirely different challenge now. They will, of course, be full of energy, well, that's the theory anyway, for what will potentially be a draining last 20 minutes of the match. And there was some great link-up play from Sakine and Akimoto in that Shandong Taishan match and the 5-0 victory. Can they unpick the lock again? Super ball looking for Akimoto. Oh, he's done really well to pick out any sort of cross there. Carlson on the pickup. Carlson able to swing the ball into the near post. Picked up on the second phase here by the Reds. Carlson again. Oh, he's managed to get through. It's Carlson! It's too near. Oh, Seong-hoon. Well, 2 goals in this competition already for David Moberg Carlson against Lion City Sailors. The player is coming from Sparta Prague. A really determined play to wriggle his way past those first 2 challenges before hitting the shot straight at the goalkeeper. Well, he had a blink and you miss it spell at Sunderland back in 2013-14, Carlson. Played 1 League Cup match for the Black Cats against MK Dons. Journeyman career since. Played in Denmark, back home in Sweden. 5 years in Czech Republic with Sparta Prague. And that's a bit wayward. Saka trying to play it through. Well, the support is unwavering. Come rain or shine or sweltering late night temperatures in Thailand. And reinforcements now at the order of the day for Daegu. Jong Chi-hin is congratulated for his efforts. And Lee Kyun-ho will come on. He played on the right of the attacking 3 in the first 2 matches. They were unchanged in their first 2 matches in this group. Daegu, no wonder, after the 7-goal mauling that they handed out to Shandong in match night 1. Just have to write off the Lion City contest as something of a blip. They do happen now and again. This has been such an improvement in the level of Daegu FC. Could be one of their defining AFC Champions League performances. An acrobatic tumble by Ataru Saka here with the Jordanian referee. They've played 5 matches against Japanese teams in their 3 AFC campaigns before this season. Daegu, they've lost the lot. "17 minutes to see this out now, plus stoppages." Saka Zaru rolls it wide for Akimoto. Schultz. Carlson, super first touch. Carlson making room for the shot again. Where's it going to land? Almost broke for Akimoto. Super defending. Jang Sun-won, the Daegu substitute, gets back. Oh, just kept his composure, shoveled the ball out of play. The pressure will continue to build on Oh Seong-hoon's goal. There's the corner, a good one as well. Oh, well, Iwanami Takuya got there first. He's headed it, perhaps inadvertently, across the goal. And then it's Sakai, who stoops to anything but conquer. It comes at an awkward height, in fairness to the Urawa Reds captain. Iwanami, well, decides not to go direct for goal there and tee up a colleague. Kazuaki Mawatari is the latest change in the offing here. Isaka. Once again, they're getting back, everyone behind the ball. Isaka drags that through, and perhaps had Carlson started his run just at a split second earlier, there would have been a chance of him latching onto that. But not quite. Zeka, and the goalkeeper there, yeah, has to be positive, and certainly was positive. Good keeping that from Zayan Suzuki. Carlson. Ito. Sakai. Iwanami for Schultz. Schultz striding into enemy territory. Gets the layoff. Oh, it just got trapped a little bit and amongst feet there. It's going to be a long quarter of an hour now for Daegu. Useful layoff there by Sekine. Comes back for Schultz. Akimoto. There's the runner. Might come for Sekine. Can he bring the ball under his spell? Sekine still going. Draws the challenge from Hwang Wei-jeon. And we are going to see now Kazuaki Mawatari. All the chips are in play for Urawa Reds as they chase this match. The party's over by the looks of things in Group F in AFC Champions League. Group stage action this season for the Reds. Sakai is the player sacrificed. Mawatari, who's taken over the captain's armband as well. Carlson, good ball in, 3 red shirts in the area. Shibato thought better of having the shot. Schultz, Ito, Akimoto, Sekine. There's room for him, and past the first defender, and Sekine to Juncker, who heads it back across. No, just won't break for Carlson. And then Carlson, quickly on to Mawatari, back for Carlson. He's tried that move, what, 3 or 4 times now. Mawatari Heels in the cross, nothing doing again for Urawa Reds. Might drop kindly for Schultz, there's the pickup. But Zeka steals in, and Schultz can't get the ball off Zeka. Oh, brilliant centre forward play that by Zeka. Support arrived just a little too late for him, in truth. So here's Carlson. Great foot in by Lee Jin Wong. So, as the conditions take their toll, we will have another couple of changes. This is Kim Tae-yang and Kim Hee-sung. Now the challenges have been full throttle all through this match. And perhaps a bit of cramp setting in. So that's Zeka, our goal scorer, who is being replaced. And wearing 23 there, the 22-year-old striker Kim Tae-yang. He had 20 minutes off the bench against Shandong Taishan. So it's a big 10 minutes here for him against the Reds. And then Kim Hee-sung as well, another youngster at 19. Well, so they've just taken Zeka off. Bruno Adamus as well looks to be struggling. So this, the big flashpoint in the match. Zeka's header from Suzuki's cross, which is on the way to inflicting a first defeat on Urawa Red Diamonds after two resounding victories for them in their first two matches in this season's AFC Champions League. So confirmation of the introduction of Kim Tae-yang. That was the pass from Isaka, and Isaka didn't quite connect as he would have liked. Well, they haven't had too many sights of goal like that, have they? Wataru Isaka will be furious there that he hasn't added to his 15th minute goal against Lion City Sailors. Time running out now for Urawa Reds. Juncker chases this down. Hwang Wei-jong just shovels the ball out of play. It's Carlson. It's Mawatari. It's Schultz. Yeah, looks like the captain's armband has found its way all the way over to Takehiro Sekine. Mawatari, who'd come on for Sakai, had it originally. And there's an arm up there, isn't there, by Akimoto? Well, it happened right in front of the referee's assistant, so we're going to see a booking there for Takehiro Akimoto. Yeah, I fear he can't have too many complaints here. So the arm definitely goes up and strikes Jan Seung-won. Scored against Shandong Taishan. Akimoto, he got the breakthrough goal. Managed to just force it home, pounced on a mistake from the Shandong keeper and just rolled it over the line. But 3 days on, he and Urawa Reds are embroiled in a right old battle, in a catch-up operation here. Bruno Lamas is going to play in the free kick. Doesn't get past that first defensive wall at the near post there. Sakine. It'll be a throw. There look to be arms up there by Sakine on Bruno Lamas. Credit the drummers, they haven't let up all match. Does make for a bit of atmosphere here inside these capacity reduced events, of course, because the COVID pandemic hasn't gone away. The Mawetari forward for Urawa Reds, an excellent looking ball there into Juncker, but that is a superb piece of defending. Well, Juncker was the target, the arc of the pass was about right, but magnificent defending that by Zhou Jingwu. So late on, with the legs heavy, but still so much energy there as they try and protect this advantage, which they have worked so hard for all match. Carlson, good little run in there by Ito. Oh, great ball through by Bruno Lamas. There might be an opportunity to wrap it up for Kim Tae-yong. Waits for support. And Jang Seung-won there, dragging the Reds defenders out of position. Huh. Well, you wonder if Gamma, the coach, wants them to keep things a little tighter. We're pretty much in the end game here now. And that's going to roll through to Suzuki. Pass was under hit. They get it moving quickly. Schultz, Akimoto, there go the runners. Schultz just drifts past the defender and takes a tumble, and Urawa Reds get what they want and perhaps need. The free kick in a very dangerous position as the seconds continue to tick down. Yeah, that was perhaps needless from Kim Hee-sung. Certainly Schultz would have been looking for any kind of contact. He had the cover there. He could easily have left that to Kim Jin-hyuk. Needs a delivery of quality. Six in the box here, with Ito stationed just outside for Urawa Reds. Safety, they hope, in numbers. Played into the near post by Akimoto, didn't get beyond the wall. Carlson has to weigh up his options. Akimoto just makes that dart to the left-hand side. Where's the movement? Schultz. Schultz again. Little ball in there to Juncker. It's Schultz. It's Juncker! It's a great save there by Oh Seung-hoon. And the follow-up is off the woodwork. Oh, Daegu hanging in there by the skin of their teeth at the end. You thought that was the moment. It had just opened up for the equaliser for Urawa Reds. What a save from Oh Seung-hoon. Down low to his right. And perhaps they earn their little bit of fortune as well when the follow-up bobbles up and hits the frame of the goal. Atsuki Ito, danger hasn't subsided for Daegu. Carlson, around the outside, and then the check back, which he loves to do, but he's given himself too much to do, it seems. Still going. Well, Carlson has kept it in. Well, that was brilliant play on the wing there from the Swede. And drawn across by Mawatari. And that's a tired thrash out behind by Jong Dae-wook. 4 extra minutes here for Daegu to hang on. Juncker tries to place it, and Schultz really should convert the rebound, shouldn't he? Well, they were that close. 2 great chances. Juncker tries to place it, and the coach is saying, just put your laces through it. That's what Mama Carlson tried to do. Kind of. But he's placed it over the top. Throwing everything at Daegu at the end. But surely that was the moment. Not this, but the one before. Juncker and Schultz. But no, Danish dynamite at the end. Sets up a fascinating second half of this group. Group F of the AFC Champions League in the Eastern Zone. They've put a rocket into the section here, Daegu FC. Still men forward. Slung across by Bruno Lamas. Just coming to the end of what looks like a defeat as well for Jeonnam Dragons, another of the Korean sides against Melbourne City. Ulsan Hyundai have beaten Gwangju by 3-0 earlier. The Kawasaki Frontale being held by Johor Darul as we approach the end of that one. And after the 0-0 earlier between Shandong Taisang and Lion City Sailors, it looks very much like Daegu FC will be going to the top of this group on goal difference above Urawa Reds. Nodded across, Isaka, just that vital foot in. Juncker tries to tee himself up and they scramble it clear. There's a late swipe as well on the follow through, which will produce another stoppage before the end here. Well, they're so close to a brilliant win. Daegu FC and their coach, Alexandra Gamma. All sorts of tanglings here. The extension of the leg there by Takehiro Sakine, which caught the defender. So he might have a little extra on top of the 4 minutes at the end of play here in Buriram. So Bruno Lamas. Yeah, tried and tested, keep it in the corner. And absolutely not keen on the idea of Kazuaki Mawatari getting it away quickly. Oh, a free kick goes the way of Daegu. They are almost there. Well, it doesn't always happen, does it, for coaches? But you lay down a game plan, you drill it into your players, and then can do nothing but watch and hope they carry it out, and that's exactly what Daegu FC have done here. A brilliant, resolute display in defence, and they took their chance when it was presented 8 minutes into the second half. It's a win against Urawa Reds here for Alex Gamma and Daegu FC. Zeka, a hat-trick scorer against Shandong Taishan earlier in the group, with the winning goal from Keita Suzuki's cross in the 53rd minute. They held out after that, but they could have added to their tally. And although Urawa Reds threw everything at Daegu FC towards the end here, there was no way through for the Japanese side. It's a super win, continuing an excellent a sequence of results for Korean teams against Japanese sides in this season's AFC Champions League. They are right in the hunt now for top spot and automatic qualification, Daegu FC, who have beaten Urawa Red Diamonds here in Buriram by 1-0. A brilliant win.